All right, let's talk about something that can make or break your exam score: managing your time. Seriously, getting this right is a total game changer, and it's the key to turning all that pressure into a performance you can be proud of. So, have you ever been in an exam and had that sinking feeling? You know the one. You glance up at the clock, your heart drops, and you realize you've got a mountain of questions left and only like 10 minutes on the clock? Ugh, it's the worst, and pretty much everyone has been there. Yeah, that feeling? That's what this is all about. Exam time pressure. Let's really break down what we're up against when that countdown begins. Look, it's pretty straightforward, right? Exams have a hard deadline. But that ticking clock, it's not just some background noise. It's this huge psychological force that can totally scramble your thoughts, make you forget stuff you know, and stop you from showing the examiner what you're really capable of. Okay, but here's the thing. You don't have to let the clock win. Not at all. The key to taking back control and really succeeding is a skill anyone can learn: time management. So what are we really talking about here? Exam time management isn't some frantic race. It's actually a skill. It's about strategically mapping out your time to boost your score and, just as importantly, to crush that stress. It's how you take charge instead of letting the exam run you over. All right, enough with the theory. Let's get right into the practical, hands-on strategies you can use to become a master of your time in any exam. Okay, rule number one, and this is the foundation for everything else: walk in with a game plan. Before you even think about answering question one, you need to have a clear map in your head of how much time each section of the test gets. This is what prevents you from accidentally spending half your time on a section that's only worth like 20% of the final grade. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, imagine you have a 60-minute exam. Your plan could be something like this: 20 minutes for the reading section, 15 minutes each for listening and grammar, and then you wrap it up with 10 minutes for writing. You see? Now you have clear targets and boundaries to work within. But, and this is so important, this is just an example. Your plan has to be your plan. If grammar is super easy for you, but reading sections always slow you down, then shift those minutes around. It's all about creating a custom strategy that plays to your personal strengths and weaknesses. Strategy number two: build momentum. Don't just blindly start with question one. Take a moment to scan the whole section and immediately knock out the easy ones, the questions you know you can answer in seconds. This gets points on the board right away, it builds your confidence, and it helps you avoid that classic trap of getting stuck on a hard question right at the beginning. So what happens when you hit that monster question that makes your brain freeze? It's going to happen. You just need a simple 3-step process. 1, just acknowledge it's tough. 2, give yourself a strict time limit, say 1 or 2 minutes max. And 3, if you still don't have it, circle it and move on. No guilt. You can always come back if there's time later. Basically, you've got to be ruthless with your time. You can't let one single tricky question sink your entire exam. The goal is to collect as many points as you can across the whole test. And that means knowing when to cut your losses on a roadblock and just keep moving. Now look, knowing all of these strategies is one thing, but being able to actually pull them off when you're stressed and the clock is ticking, that's a whole different ballgame. So how do we get there? It all comes down to practice. I mean, what else, right? You have to build these techniques into every single study session, every practice test. You do it so often that it stops being a conscious strategy and just becomes a natural reflex. That's how you build the speed and accuracy you need when it really counts. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. What's your plan for practice starting today? How are you going to start working these strategies into your routine? Because just making that plan, that's the first and most powerful step toward walking into your next exam with total confidence and complete control.